In the world of Star Wars, bounty hunters have become as fundamental and recognisable as any Jedi, Sith, smuggler or princess. What began with the question of who shot first has grown into one of the largest collections of characters and stories through both legends and current canon. But what was a bounty hunter and how could you become one? Surprisingly, a career as a bounty hunter was completely legal, so long as you were registered with one of the various guilds, though criminal syndicates would often bypass these laws and hire bounty hunters privately. This did carry the risk that bounty hunters could end up wanted by law enforcement, as was the case with Fennec Shand. To be a bounty hunter was to be many things. The most common form of bounty was a kill or capture order of a specific target, with the reward increasing for the prominence and risk of the asset. However, bounty hunters were also employed for less conventional tasks, such as acting as an informant, bodyguard duty, and even providing their own genetic code to be used as a template for millions of clone troopers. Anyone could become a bounty hunter. It was arguably one of the most equitable career paths in the galaxy. If you had the skill, then you could become a legend. But to rise through the ranks was no easy task. Even getting into the Bounty Hunters Guild was a challenge. A successful bounty would need to be claimed before admission was granted. Novices would often find themselves searching for leads in the hopes of scoring big, but without access to holopucks, which the guilds used to distribute bounty information to their members, or the associated tracking fob, which used short-range sensors to track the target's biographical data, this task was very difficult. But once you were in the guild, you had immense benefits. From the times of the Old Republic and beyond to the rise of the First Order, galactic governments allowed the guild to regulate itself. This created an organised environment for bounty hunters to thrive, whilst also giving them a code to live by. To be in the guild meant that you had legitimacy. It also gave you access to exclusive jobs that carried far greater rewards. These guilds were comprised of numerous species and even droids created for the specific purpose of bounty hunting, some of the more famous being IG-88, Forlom and Highsinger, meaning that competition was fierce. The guild had hubs located on several planets throughout the galaxy where members could congregate and take on jobs of varying degrees, from the small-time criminals who might owe the wrong person some money to the most prestigious and dangerous of outlaws. Some guild members would work together, though this wasn't common due to the self-serving nature of their work. A reward shared is a reward halved after all. This created a tense atmosphere, and often guild members would seek to undermine their competition and even on occasion would outright break the code and kill other members. But if you could work your way through the guild, develop your skills and complete the riskiest of bounties, then you could become a figure of legend, such as Cad Bane, Boba Fett and Bossk. Bounty hunters of this stature could find themselves being kept on retainer by the wealthiest of crime lords, working exclusively for their syndicates whilst being richly rewarded and spreading their fearsome reputation galaxy-wide. To reach this level of fame and glory requires some exceptional talent and successes, whether it be holding the Galactic Senate hostage like Cad Bane, defeating fallen Jedi like Jango Fett, or even taking control of the second Death Star to try and enact a droid revolution like IG-88. No one was safe from the threat of a bounty hunter. At one point, Darth Vader had a bounty placed on his head by a group of high-ranking Imperial officers who were unhappy with his sudden elevation in rank after the formation of the Empire. The only hunters brave enough to take the contract were severely lacking the skills to succeed. But the profession was not for the faint of heart, nor those who lacked in talent. Few made it to retirement, whether it was death at the hands of a rival, failed double crosses, or chasing a contract that was just way above your skill level. The choice to become a bounty hunter saw far more disappear from living memory than become living legends.